True freedom requires the rule of law and justice. But what is justice without respect for human rights? What are these rights? Do you know your right as a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? What are your obligations and responsibilities under the law? Join Kayode Aderemi Esquire on The Law and You on Rock City 101.9 FM, Sundays 3 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Yes, Oti Jasope, meaning that it has ended in praise. Well, that Tamola by El Joe, that is Who Knows Tomorrow. I love that song so much because it's a song that reminds me that I should never treat anybody with disdain. The former President Olusegun Obasanjo was once confined to the prisons and later got out of the prisons to become the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. From prison to being the #1 man in the nation. Same thing happened to Nelson Mandela. After about almost 30 years in the prison, about 27 years or so, he came out of the prison and became the President of South Africa. Then it can be you also. That's why it's not good to disdain anyone. That low person you see today may just be your leader or someone you need his or her help tomorrow. So respect every single person you see because no one knows tomorrow. Now this is your program, The Law and You on Rock City 101.9 FM. I'm your regular anchor. I'm Barrister Kayode Aderemi. Let's do a very quick recap of pending issues that we have discussed in time past. One is the story of Seyi Akinade. It's not a fiction. It happened in real life. He was a Funabite. The boy was unlawfully, as far as facts within our reach are concerned, he was unlawfully arrested by police officers of the defunct ZIS of Badaoko, Abeokuta, Ogun State. Because of his unlawful arrest and detention, he lost the opportunity to defend his project in school and also lost about 7 million naira, being some online transaction, Forex, he was doing at the time. These things were too much for Seyi Akinade to bear. To cut the long story short, he took his own life, and questions have been asked that where are the police officers that carried out this arrest? Why did they go there in the first place? What business have they? What was Seyi's offense for him to have been arrested and locked up in the first place? These are questions begging for answers. We've written the Inspector General of Police of Nigeria. We've written the AIG, Oga Iliasu, the head of Zone 2 in Lagos. We've written the Commissioner of Police, Ogun State. As we speak, there is nothing serious that has been done by the police, the Nigerian police force, about it. They are listening to me now. If they have counterfacts, they can bring that forward so that we can move forward about the issue. Two is Tiami Ukaka, the former footballer Shagamu, that according to reports and live witness was pushed down from a car and knocked down. He died. As I speak, we do not, although I'm not the lawyer in the case, but I don't think the public either knows what had become of Tiami Ukaka's case. Thirdly is Muyiwa Ayodele, the man that took a police officer around the same Shagamu axis, and after the day's work, he demanded for his money, and the officer told him, according to him, that he wasn't going to pay because he was an officer. And one thing led to the other. He was locked up, from there to the court, from there to the prison, and he spent about 7 months or so in prison, after which he was released and went back to the station to demand for his taxi. Upon his demand, he was locked up again, saying, I am a kill, you have guts. And finally, the car had been sold off. How do I know? I placed a call with my line to Shagamu Police Formation, and they confirmed that truly they have sold or auctioned his taxi in this same Nigeria. That happened. These things are crying for justice. Finally, but not the last, the human trafficking victims. We called out, they were here about a month or so ago. We featured them, we asked them questions, and they sought for help. A bulk of them want to go back to school. And I'm surprised, really, but not embarrassed, that despite that we have been calling out the account numbers to help these ladies, these girls go back to school, to assist them pick up the fragments of their lives together. As far as I remember, if I recall when I spoke to the Guardian last time, only 2 people out of 4 million people in Ogun State, let alone those listening to us in Osun, Lagos, Ekiti, and Co. Only 2 people have donated to support them, although it's not by force. But why wait until something bad happens before we begin to say, oh my show? We can still take steps. Let us not make these ladies feel that this is the end of the life for them. Remember, Sheya Kande could still be alive if somebody had come to his aid. I'm doing my own part, actually. And if you must know, I am one of those 2 people that has donated, actually. I'm sorry I have to say this online, but that's the fact. So I'm not just talking. I am also doing. I invite us all. The account details are Agbesanwa or Agbesanwa Oluwaseun Wema Bank. The number is Agbesanwa Oluwaseun Wema Bank. The account number is 0221 225996. I take that again. 0221 225996. Please do something to help these ladies, so they will not think that life that's the end of the rope for them. I beg us all, please, Akim and all of you, do something. You have the account number now. I'm probably listening to us today. Okay, over the past couple of weeks in Nigeria, some topics have been trending, and one of them is what we call the CAMA Act. Some call it CAMA Bill, some call it CAMA Law, but the common denominator to all of those is CAMA, C-A-M-A. What is CAMA? CAMA is Companies and Allied Matters Act. It's an act or a law that regulates companies generally, from the name Companies and Allied Matters Act, that is companies and related matters in Nigeria. These have been trending in the country. There's a lot to discuss about them. Some have said that this is a law to stifle religious associations, or this is a law to attack bishops or pastors or imams. Some clerics have been speaking about it, some lawyers have spoken about it. But what I discovered is that oftentimes, with due respect, most people that have shared their comments, sentiments, opinions, most of them have not been referring to what the laws specifically say. So what I have done today, God helping me, is to bring the law down to us. I will read the ones that are contentious to us so that we can see or hear for ourselves, and we know what these laws exactly are saying. This law is a very, very bulky one, actually. Very, very bulky. It has a total of 606 pages if converted to PDF. That's like it's like a PhD thesis, very big, really. And it has a total of 870 sections. That's one of the biggest laws in Nigeria. And if you ask me, that's not too good, because if, for example, an investor comes to Nigeria and says, I want to do business, can I see your law? And you carry a book that you will need Oshuka to carry for him to understand what our laws say, that's antithetical to ease of doing business. It is cumbersome, it's voluminous, it is self-implosive, if I may use that word. A law on business should be as detailed and as simple at the same time, as brief as possible, so that anyone can pick up, read, and understand. That's the first fault I see there anyway. But that's my opinion. That's not what the law says. Okay, now to the issues as quickly as possible. Time is fast spent. Again, may God help us. Alright, what I've done, as I do at times, is to put the issues in question form and answer them. After answering them, I will try as much as possible to point us to the law when I'm quoting the law, and I'll point us to my opinion when I'm saying my opinion, and I'll point us to facts when I'm saying facts. Alright, so let's begin to distill what the law is from what my respectful opinion is. You don't have to agree with them. And thirdly, what the facts are. Facts are sacrosanct if they are the truth. Alright, quickly beginning to the issues. Now, the first question is, how shall donations? By the way, those of you asking me that you'll be busy between 3 and 4 p.m. Now, how can you see this show? Well, log on to your browser and type Rock City TV. Rock City TV. There you see the videos, recordings we are doing here every Sunday. So the first question is, how shall donations to associations be spent? All right, for the sake of this discussion today, every time I mention associations, I'm referring to all NGOs, including mosques, churches, yes, churches, mosques, orphanages, and schools registered for that purpose, and the likes. Charity associations and the likes, even CDA, community development associations, they are covered under this Part C of CAMA. So when I mention association, I'm talking about your church, your mosque, and the likes, only for those that are registered. When I mention CAMA, I'm talking about the Companies and Allied Matters Act. And when I mention minister today, I'm talking about the Minister for Trade and Commerce. Minister for Trade and Commerce. Let's go. Now, first question, how shall donations of your association be spent? Well, they shall be spent according to the procedure laid down in your constitution. When you want to register an association, you meet a lawyer, you get talking. One of the things that you must give the CAC. CAC is, if I say CAC today, I'm talking about the Corporate Affairs Commission, not the Christ Apostolic Church. Corporate Affairs Commission. Alright, one of the things you do is to submit a constitution to the CAC. What is constitution? Constitution is a body of laws guiding you as an association, where you will meet, how you will meet, how you get your money, how you disburse them, etc., who are your trustees and the likes, appointments, meetings, elections and the likes. So the rules that guide you, they are called constitution. Just like Nigeria is a big association and has its own constitution too. However, CAMA does not govern Nigeria. CAMA is for businesses and such commissions under the CAC. So, the new law says that how you spend your tithes, your offerings, your donations in your mashalashi, your mosque and the likes, in your orphanages and the likes, must be clearly spelled out in your constitution. So it is no longer as God has told me. You can't just wake up anymore and say, God said I should use this offering to build school, or to buy a car for somebody, or to help the less privileged. No. If it is not in your constitution, then you can no longer do that. Number one. Don't take my word for it. You can see section 8.2, the proviso to section 8.27 of CAMA. Let me read quickly. I hope time will permit us today. I hope I can take questions. It says, where subscriptions and other contributions are to be collected, the procedure for disbursement of the funds of the association, the keeping of the account, and the auditing of such accounts. So all those things must be, contained in the constitution of the association. Question number 2. What if a church or a mosque or an orphanage? Why am I mentioning church and mosque? It's because over the weeks, they have been the ones, particularly most churches and church leaders, have been the ones raising issues about the new CAMA. That's why I circled in on them. What if a church or a mosque has school? It is possible. Some churches have schools, primary, secondary, some tertiary. Same thing for some, Islamic bodies or associations. What does this new law say about that? Well, 2 things. 1, if a new NGO applies to the CAC, CAC may say that CAC may treat you as part of an existing NGO. So if, for example, there is a church registered as XYZ Church, and you are applying to register as ABC Church, for whatever reason, CAC may treat you as one and the same. The reason for that is not stated. You can check the law, please. Section 831 of this CAMA. So they can be treated as one. Personally, I have my legal reservation for that. Why? I will tell us later. This law says that 831, it says, without prejudice to the provisions of section 849 of this act, the commission may direct that for all or any of the purposes of this act, an association be treated as forming part of an already registered association. So if you apply to be registered, you can be treated as part of an existing one already. Why that is, I do not know, and the law has not stated. This second paragraph says that any 2 or more associations having the same trustees may be treated as a single association. That means if your mosque or your church or your CDA wants to register a school or a charity or an orphanage, and the trustees are the same, the trustees you give CAC for your mosque or for the church are the same for the orphanage, then you may be asked to merge. Just like we have mergers in banks and the likes under the company law in Nigeria. Now, what are my legal reservations for this? I have legal reservations for this. Number one, all lawyers listening to me, we know the case of Salmon and Salmon. Salmon is a very, very old case, but it's a locus classicus. In that case, a man called Salmon had his life. You can sue Salmon just like you can sue Akim. You can sue Kayode Aderemi. But when Akim or Kayode registers a company and is given or issued a certificate of incorporation by the CAC, then that company is distinct and different from Akim. Alright? So where the company does something, the company can be liable independent of Akim. Akim is one, the company is one. Under the law, what we call the veil of incorporation separates the two of them. So it's possible for your company to be guilty and you as the owner not to be guilty. But if by my own understanding of this law, they are trying to fuse the two together, in other words, trying to contravene what the principle of separation or veil of incorporation says in the case of Salmon and Salmon. Not just that alone, even section 830, 830, subsection 1 of this same CAMA says that when you are issued when you are issued a certificate, your NGO, automatically you have a separate personality. You become a legal entity. So if you become a legal entity, why then say that you can be merged with another legal entity? These are the conflicting issues about this new part. I do not want to bore us. Those are more of legal issues. And again, that last one was my opinion. I've read what the law says to us. Number 3, can profit from your school, etc., your association, your CDA, your church, your moshalashie, etc., can they be paid to your clerics that are trustees of the association? In other words, can money be paid to your pastor, your imam, and the likes? The answer is this. No, not money. Excuse me. Profits, dividends, bonuses, etc. The law is NO, capital letter NO. The law says no contribution or income, shall be paid as profit. So, if, for example, you fixed those amounts for whatever, maybe you collected some donation, maybe to build a mosque or a church, and you want to build 2 years time, and somebody pays today, you're not ready to build. So, if, for example, the money is fixed and there's profit on the fixed amount, can that profit be paid to anybody? The answer is no. Actually, you cannot do that anymore. Okay, the law says that every money shall be applied for the association. You can see that in section 838, subsection 1 of CAMA. Question 4 quickly, as time is flying, as I can see. When can salaries, etc., be paid now to pastors, imams, and the likes? For those of you collecting salaries from your churches, your mosques, and the likes, this is what the law says. It says, yes, you may be paid salary, but with some conditions. What are these conditions? There are 3 of them. Not my words, this is the law. Number 1 is your salary must be reasonable and proper. The question is, who determines whether your salary is reasonable and proper, Hakim? Me, I don't know. Afa Hakim. Is it the CAC? Is it the court? Is it your members of the church or mosque? Is it the governor? Is it the minister? Or I don't know, the president? I don't know. But it must be reasonable and proper. But I think it's a question of fact. Anyway, a lot of things have to be factored in to know what is proper. While some may be collecting ₦1 million per month, some may be collecting 1,000 per month. It depends on what is reasonable and proper. The second condition is such salary must be paid in good faith. In good faith, whatever that means. And thirdly, you must have rendered actual service to that association. So you cannot just go and sit down somewhere as a latent trustee or as a latent servant or pastor or imam. You're not doing anything and being paid salary. All those ones will stop under this new law. Again, note, there's a condition to it, a caveat, that no member of the governing council shall be appointed to any salaried office. You can see the two things I've said in section 838, section 2 of CAMA. So once you are in the governing council of a church, a mosque, a school, all these charitable organizations, then you can't be appointed again to be collecting salary. Let's move on. Time is far spent, as I have been saying. Number 5, what is the punishment? Punishment in quotes now for not complying with all these things that I've read before now. All right. Number 1, anyone that knowingly, underline the word knowingly, that knowingly breaches this new law, this is what the punishment says. Don't be scared, don't worry. Well, funny enough, there's no jail time, there is no trial in the court, all those things are not there. It just says simple, return whatever you have taken. QED. So if you took an unreasonable salary or salary that is not of good faith, all those things, return them. Please, bàbá wa tí a jẹ́ àlùfáà àbí imam àbí àfáà tá ń gbowó bí à ń gbowó oṣù nínú iṣẹ́ tá ń ṣe, òfin bá wa wí, mo bẹ́ẹ̀ àkókò máa gbà mí láyè láti túmọ̀ wọn, but púpọ̀ wà tá fẹ́ sọ ní ọ̀rọ̀ náà, but ẹ lè try kẹ́ lọ sí orí browser yín kẹ́ type Rock City TV kẹ́ wá pé àwọn ọmọ wa kí kàn máa jọ kàn bá wa ṣe àyàn ògbúfọ̀ àbí ìtumọ̀ nǹkan tí à ń sọ ní àtẹ̀kàn, àkókò ní gbà wá láti sọ gbogbo lédè Yorùbá àbí èdè àbínibí wa. Alright, so ẹni tó bá mú nǹkan tí ò tọ́ ọ̀ tó yàtọ̀ sí òfin yìí, ọ̀ tó lùgbàdì sófin yìí, òfin sọ wípé á dá kìíní yẹn padà, bó jẹ́ ilé ni o, bó jẹ́ mọ́tò ni o, bó jẹ́ owó ni àti ohunkóhun tí kò bá jẹ́. We'll see that in section 838 subsection 3 of CAMA. Okay, let me just mention something quickly, please. I don't know, okay, let me just say this as quickly as possible. There was a time in Abeokuta, I was just passing around Lemen NPC area. That's about 7-8 years ago, and I saw some people with cameras. They were videoing. Some guys were begging for alms. I want to inside the NPC. You know, if you're listening to us from outside Ogun State, NPC is a place in Abeokuta. I'm sorry. All right. So those guys with amputated arms, what they say, "Mama, video. Tell us, tell us your name. Tell us your address. What happened to you? What get away? They will now do a voiceover, like an introduction, that these people that we are recording now, they are in our NGO. We are the ones taking care of them. So they'll just give those guys like 200 naira. They will now post those videos to donors all around the country, outside the country. It's because of people like this that some of these laws are actually made. I saw them with my eyes and I challenged them. But then, if I see them now, I go hold them and I will call what's the PPR's name again? People like hear me. Or I will call a new CV that the other one will let you. This is pure fraud, because lack of fraud, they just give them 200 naira or 100 naira and ask them to leave after recording them. They may never see them again. That is pure fraud. Nigerians, we are better than this. You are all linear. Alright, number 6. Can the CAC suspend clerics that are trustees? This has generated so much heat. Some are saying that, pastors are saying no, you can't suspend us. Some bishops are saying that no, this law says that government can suspend me. I built this ministry with my blood and the likes. Well, what does this law say about it? There's sentiment, there's law. Let us see what exactly this law says about this issue. I would read it to us and I'll also explain to us what it's saying. It's section 839 of this CAMA. Stay with me, please. Maybe we should take a little break and come back and take a breather. All right? I think let's take a little break so that I think I want to drink water too. Let's take a breather. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Thank you. Answer to this question: yes, the government or CAC may now or can now suspend trustees that are dualizing as pastors. So pastors that are trustees of their churches. You know, when you want to register with the CAC, you file your necessary papers. One of the things that they will request is who are the trustees of that organization. All right, now those are saying that hold your horses. Let me read. The commission, that's the CAC, may by order suspend the trustees of an association and appoint an interim manager or managers to manage the affairs of an association where it reasonably believes that ABC. So it gives reasons for such suspension. But the first question is, can they suspend? Again, for the opt-in time, the answer is capital YES. I've read the law to you for yourself. You can check again at your convenience, section 839, subsection 1 of CAMA. The question that I have for this section is, under or by whose order or on whose order? It says the commission may suspend by order or may by order suspend. Is it the court order, or order of the Minister of the Trade and Commerce, order of the governor, order of the president, order of the pastor or imam? They did not tell us. That is a risky one. That means that anybody can just get up one day and give an order. Just like the former CJN in Nigeria was removed by an ex parte order by the President Muhammadu Buhari, which is very, very wrong. Quite a twatted, experience we had in country. Quite unfortunate one we had. So it's not clear as to who may make this order. But it's clear that they can be suspended by the CAC or the government, because CAC is answerable to the minister is answerable to the president. So by proxy, the government may suspend. Under what circumstances? Maybe we may ask that clearly. That will be question 7. When can the CAC suspend the trustees that are clerics? You can see the answer in section 839, subsection 1, paragraph 8 to C. 1. Where there has been or there is a misconduct or mismanagement of the administration of the association. So where those pastors or imams or your whatever trustees have not managed it very, very well. Number 2, when it is necessary to protect the property of the association or to secure the property to achieve the aims of the association or for public interest. The question of public interest has always generated issues under the law. What is public interest? People have been asking for many, many times. Well, that is a question of fact most times, but oftentimes public interest is what would generally be acceptable to the public. All right, if something is immoral, for example, of course, government may override. And finally, paragraph C, when there is fraud. The danger in this law is that it does not say whether or not the person alleged of that fraud or misconduct can be heard first before he or she is suspended. That is contrary to the Audi Alterem Partem rule, which says that all parties to a case must be heard before decision, conclusion, or judgment is reached or made about them. Question 8. As we wind down, time is fast spent. When may the court by order suspend the trustees? 1. Let me clarify. CAC may suspend, that is standing, I've read that to you. On the other hand, the court may also suspend clerics that are trustees. Those are two different things. Alright. Now, the issue I have with the court order is this: when the court wants to suspend, again, it does not say whether it shall be by application ex parte or on notice. What does this mean, or what do these things mean? Ex parte means you don't have to inform the other party. To your own. That's ex parte. As ex means without. The party is party, so without the party being informed. On notice means notify that party, so you can say, oh, me ojalio, bye in the way as you law. I think it's better to put them on notice. That's my opinion anyway. But what's the point of suspending someone and later finding out that the person actually was not guilty of what he had been suspended for? I think it is turning law on its own head to do that. Again, the law says that where there is such suspension, it shall be valid only for 1 year. That means after 1 year. Well, it does not say whether there can be a renewal of the suspension or whether person will be reinstated. It just says suspension shall be for 12 months, which is equal to 1 year. 2 more questions and I'll hang up on this for time's sake. Number 9 question. What happens in the case of misconduct? Where there is a misconduct, what can happen? This new law says that the CAC, the Corporate Affairs Commission, may suspend or remove trustees liable for that misconduct, including members that are privy or that know about the misconduct. That's what the law says. You can see that in section 839, subsection 7, paragraph 1 of this new law, this new CAMA. Finally, can the CAC make regulations to govern the affairs of interim managers of association? This is one of the issues that have generated heat over the past weeks. That if you suspend a pastor, for example, or a general overseer, or an imam, or a chief imam, or whatever, you suspend them, what can happen? The law says the CAC may appoint, in fact, CAC may work with the court to appoint who we call interim managers. The questions are, where will these people be brought from? Are they from the church? Are they from the ministry? Are they from Mali or from other country? Are they politicians? Are they people of the same faith? From the same denomination? These things are not answered. So the questions are these. If you bring, so for example, let's say a Pentecostal GO, General Overseer, was suspended. We now bring an Orthodox GO or member to come and preside over worship, there will be chaos because their mode of worship is totally different one from the other. So there could be conflict in this. Well, I think that these are the issues that need to be straightened out if amendments have to be made to this law. What I've read so far are the laws of the country as they stand today. Yes, again, for the last time, the managers will now be acting based on the instruction of the CAC or the government. So if the government says, don't do this, they won't do it. Or do that, they will do it. So the CAC reports or gets approval from the minister, and minister gets approval from the president. Unfortunately, because of the religious and ethnic tensions in Nigeria, we are always shy away from addressing issues like this. But here we are for the first time when we can actually discuss issues of religion versus law and be as objective as possible. Well, I think it's about time we take your calls, your responses, your questions on this. I wish that this topic can end today because I have a lot of things to discuss again. The numbers to call are 0810 786 0000. I'll take those again, please. 0810 786 0000. The alternative line to call is 070 1132 7096. If you are calling, please tune off your radio sets so I can hear you. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir or ma. Your name, please. Adewale from Mr. Jakuto, okay?
And I really appreciate all what I'm doing.
Thank you, sir.
What you are saying is that what the law is saying is that church and mosque, they are association.
Yes, that's the law.
So, okay, that's my first question. The second one is that about the guy they say the title cap at Shagam. I think Delia you spoke on it 2 months ago. And
about what?
About the guy that sees the title cap at Shagam.
Okay.
Delia you spoke about it about some months ago. And he called PPRO because I listened to the program.
Okay.
The other radio.
What happened?
And the PPRO said the guy should come to Iliwe Run. And since then, we didn't have anything about it today.
Okay, so what's it?
That is what we
Oh, thank you. I should try and get to Mayowa. Okay. It was in my office actually here. Okay, thank you very much. So I can see the PPRO. Thank you very much. All right, let's have other callers. Can you speak up, sir, please? I'm sorry, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
A little bit, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yes, a little bit better now. Your name, sir?
Umuri Mani.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I want to especially ask from you, this history now you are taking place on this now, this CAMA. Is there anywhere it is for the time where the churches and mosques are specially noted? Because there has been school and cry.
Where the churches and mosques are what?
Where the churches and mosques are specifically measured is that section 839. Is there anywhere in that place they are specifically measured? Because there has been hue and cry by these churches and mosques, especially churches. They are just specifically measured by society. And lastly, for the third question, for the second question, during your full make mention of the issue of the Funab, the issue of the Kaka, and the issue of the Gashagamuga. I'm very sure that you did not go into this matter. What happened actually? Let me allow that to be.
Okay, I did not go what?
You did not go deep into what actually happened in this particular.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you did not go deep.
I did not go deep. Okay, thanks. Okay, I'll respond. Hello? Yes.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
My name is YK Obasanjo.
YK what?
YK Obasanjo.
YK Obasanjo, thank you, sir.
Yes. You in the law that said the establishment of school by churches also. So is there any law that against maybe the school that's owned by the church, and when the school was established, the school is too expensive for the members to attend. So you should know that it is very common in Nigeria that most Christian schools and Muslim schools, especially institution, the fee is too expensive for the people, for the members.
I'm aware.
Is there any law that can stand against it? So that is my information.
Okay. Is there a law regulating school fees in short for members? Hello? Hello? It's been one thing or the other. They try to avoid our advances. Well, I was at this police state command at Elewero some 3 weeks ago or so. I saw the PPRO, Mr. Bimbola Oyemi, and he told me that I should try to bring the man over, just like the Mr. Adewale Salekuto said. Truly, yes. All right, but the man has been trying to pick his life together. I think it's state of transport business, and he usually goes round. He's hardly around, but as soon as possible, I can bring him over. I wish to bring him to this program one of these days so that I can talk about that. So by that, I've answered the questions of Mr. Godfrey and Mr. Adewale. Now to Umoru from Kotoko. Is there any way where churches and mosques, I wanted to say mosques, and mosques are mentioned? No, there is no specific mention of the word churches and mosques. If they had done that, they will have violated Section 10 of the 1999 Constitution. However, the CAMA says religious bodies. So the question is, are churches and mosques religious bodies? Yes. So clearly they have been mentioned by using the words religious bodies. 1, 2. As a lawyer, I can tell you for free that religious bodies come under Part C of CAMA. So definitely yes, they are referring also to churches and mosques. Else, there will not have a need for them to be raising the issues they are raising. Now, number 2, you said you are very sure that I did not go deep into the case of, I think, Sheyi Akande. I didn't get that well. This is what I would do. For your sake, I will call my line right now. Please call my line back. I will put you on speaker and ask you what you saw or what made you think I did not go deep. But before I call my line, let me tell you what I did. I was at the house at Kotoko. The house is called Chocolate City. At Kotoko there, I met the landlord, I met his sons, I took video recordings, I took pictures, printed them with my money. All I'm saying, I did with my money. I met the former commissioner of police, I spoke with the PPRO, I wrote the AIG, I wrote the IG, we sent letters to them. I have been mentioning this on this program virtually every Sunday. So what more? And as I speak to you, not 1 naira, 1 dime has been given to me by anybody to do all I've mentioned to you. So please, what you think, and the mother and the father, if they are hearing me now, Mr. Shegun Akande, I don't know the mother's name, I call her Mommy Akande. The sister's name is Sheyi Akande. Those are their names. I have their pictures. They've been to my office. We had a meeting with the AIGs at the AIG's office in Lagos. I could not go because I was in court, but they were there. They were asked to pay money. They paid 15,000 naira or 30, I'm not sure, for follow-up. As I speak, nothing has been done about all those. So what you mean by that, I would like to know. My number is 080-3050-3271. I call that again, 080-3050-3271. I call this number only for Mr. Umoru Kotoko. Please, if I open the studio lines, it will be buzzing. Yours may not come in. If you can call my line now, I'll pick it up, put it on speaker. Let the world hear why you think you said you are sure that I have not gone deep into the matter. Okay, those are the issues for now. Let's take a short break so I allow this man to call in. Okay, because so I didn't know that somebody was going to say this today. Mr. Umoru, you have not called back. I wish I can hear you, please. And I really wish, and I'm sure people want to hear you so that you don't think that I'm doing mouth or eye service on this issue. I really want to hear you. He's not calling. My number again is 080-3050-3271. The phone is with me now. I'll pick and put you on speaker. Let the world hear you. Why you think I've not done this? I can mention names of people I've been to in the way around. I've been there at least 15 times at least on my cost. I drove down my car every time. I spend my money to do all these things. Let me know why you said what you said. I'm really willing to hear you. Else, you may have to hold your peace, like they say in church, for life. Yes, let's take this call. I'm still waiting for a call, Mr. Umaru. Hello, good afternoon, please. Hello. Not audible. Oh, To that radio set, you must call, please. So, Mr. YK Obasanjo, yeah, hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm calling back.
Umori, right?
Yes, Umori is my name. I'm calling back.
Beautiful. You said you are very sure that I didn't dig deep. Why? What made you sure?
Yes. Let me start from the third one. One of the guys in my way, you said the student.
No. You mentioned Sheyi Akiade, right?
No, I said the first one, the last two, the one of that one is what is
yeah.
And the one where you said the verse was the man who took policemen around the rule of the hired me and the people around the rule of the
yeah, so why are you sure? Yeah, what made you sure, sir?
Yes, let me call it. Before a person to be placed by psychology,
Before?
in the circumstance, before they concern any very thing,
Yeah.
there must be no offense in that very thing. And before that one is done, they have the what we call paper publication. And before that paper publication, they must be caught. God must not of us give order before it's very good. So if the devil is something to tell you that the policemen took him around and they were able to see him, at the end of the day, this put him on with matter, and the rest of it. It's a matter I expect to agree with you entirely, and that's it.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, what we will do is that maybe by next week, time is gone now, I will call those that I spoke with. I wish he pick up his call again. I told him he did not say he did any of the things you are mentioning today. Now, whether he did or not, I'm not sure. I was not with him.
But it's psychology.
Yeah.
Like speaking about psychology. There's no how it's better to be true. We start parting to the court and we start proper publication. And there must be a case on that version before the version is told you at all. They must have made we have started the video.
Okay.
Or no container to you said this is not a very good. We start talking to that channel.
Okay, Mr. Maru.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Do you have that newspaper publication with you, sir?
I am telling you, there must be.
No, I'm not saying there must not be. I'm asking, do you have it, sir?
There must be.
I didn't say must there be or must there not be. Do you have the newspaper publication? It's a yes or no question.
Okay, I will answer this question this way. If the man comes and he tells us where the person was actually we now if it is there.
Okay. I'll take it that you don't have that. Have you seen the judgment? I've seen the judgment. I've put in the man. Have you seen the judgment, sir?
Which one are you referring to?
The man in Shagamu that his car was sold. The judgment is in my office. I've seen it. Have you seen the judgment, sir?
I have not seen the judgment.
Me, I've seen it. I'm talking from authoritative point. I have the judge's name, everything. He was charged in Abeokuta here, Federal High Court. I have all that with me.
Okay, what was your friend?
He was charged for bunkering, oil bunkering, and he had never done that before. He was not even there. So clearly.
But you always speak like you know about psychology. You said you have never done that before, and yet you were charged with court.
No, the court said so. That's why he was acquitted. Let's go to Sheyi Akiade. Why are you so sure that I didn't dig deep into Sheyi Akiade's case?
Huh?
Why you said you are sure that I didn't dig into the case? Let's go to Sheyi Akiade. What made you so sure?
Is that one of the FUNAP?
Yes.
Okay, how many students are we having in FUNAP?
I don't know. I'm not the VC now. I don't know about that.
You said, according to you,
yes,
that because of he was arrested by I am not advocating for the staff.
Yes.
But for purpose of clarity, because millions of Nigerians are looking to this program. We saw that he was arrested, and because that he was able to defend his agent.
Yes.
And he was having a case of a million because of what this one, avalanche of pain on his leg.
Yes.
He went and put his leg. Clearly showed that this guy is not a truth, he's not a good man.
He's not a good what?
He said he must have been a bad child. I was inside at
okay, he must have been a bad child, right? Is that what you're saying?
He must have been a bad student of that event.
Oh, okay. I got you. I think we have 2 more minutes to go. Whether he's a bad boy or not, I don't know. I've seen his parents. From all my findings, Sheyi Akiade was not a bad boy.
We have over 3,000 students at FUNAP. And we have very fast.
Oh, okay. I think telling me that I have 2 more minutes to go. If you must know Mr. Umoru, I have spoken to Mr. Bengame Gbokwe, the then commander at ZIS. He admitted that boy did not do anything. I'm on radio. Call him now. I can give his number and ask. I've spoken to 2 of the officers that did the arrest. They came to me in Kobakwe High Court. They were very, very sorry that the boy. I asked them pointedly. They came with a lawyer. Did this boy do anything? They said no. What made him bad? I don't know. Whether it's the fraud that is bad or forex, or it's his defense, or that he rented house as a student. I don't know. If you have fact that is bad, let us know. I've been to Oga Wale Abbas, the Deputy Commissioner of State CID, at least 7 times. Quote me on this program over this issue. Nothing done. I've been to the former commissioner at least 2 times over this issue. Nothing done. If you have fact or that is very, very bad, let us know. Assuming it's bad, was Tiami Ukaka bad too? The one killed in Shagamu. What about me, myself, in Asheru here? Daniel too, he was bad, Abi. Daniel that called the other time, they said he was charged for robbery or something. He was bad. Me too. On Asheru here, they pointed gun at me. Even in some stations in this Abeokuta, they pointed gun at me many times. Is it because I'm bad too? Maybe I'm bad or not. Anyway, the thing is, next time it's better for us to have very clear facts. You don't have the judgments, you don't know what happened, you don't know the boy, you've not seen it before, you don't interview them. I have done all those things. I think I'm in a better position to tell you what really happened and what has not happened. I think time is fast spent for today. This is how far we can go for this CAMA issue. Thank you, Mr. Imoru. I enjoyed our conversation. Alright, it's a good one. Thank you. My name again is Barrister Kayode Aderemi. This is your program, the one you on Rock City 101.9 FM. Whatever thing you do between now and next week Sunday, ensure that you are on the right side of the law. God bless you.